Hi, my name is Leslie and this is my new BookTube channel. I'm super nervous to be doing this, but I've been wanting to make a channel for a while. I really think that the BookTube community seems like a lot of fun and a great place to meet new friends and to talk to people about the books that you love. So I'm gonna start with the BookTube Newbie Tag. I guess it's the best place to start, so let's go ahead and jump in. The first question is, why did you start this channel? Well, like I sort of previously just said, I have kind of always wanted to join the community. I have been watching BookTube videos for probably a couple of years, and it just seems like a place to have conversations about books, and I just wanted to get my toes wet. Second is, what are fun and unique things you can bring to the community? I don't think I'm super unique. I mean, maybe I'm just a little bit older than a lot of the booktubers, so I don't know if that's unique or weird, but I also am a mom and I'm married, so I think maybe it's just a different perspective, just the types of books that I like to read, even though it's probably a little bit of everything, so we'll see. 3, what are you most excited about? Mostly I'm just excited about talking about books. I feel like there's not really any better way to say that, except I really love talking about the characters that I've met in the pages of books. Harry Potter, obviously, behind me, one of my favorites. And I think I don't have enough people in my real life that want to talk about Harry Potter or, the myriad of other books that I've read, unless they become movies, and that, that's a completely different topic. Number 4, why do you love reading? I like reading just because it's transportive. It takes you places that you probably could never go. Obviously, Narnia, it's not a real place, or at least I've yet to be there. I don't know. I think there's just so much about reading. It teaches you a lot. You can learn so much from books. And I think it's important that, people dive into the knowledge of other people. 5, what book series got you into reading? I feel like I've gone in waves with my reading. As a kid, I loved like Little House on the Prairie. I remember getting those books from like the Scholastic book orders, which were always the best days at school. I loved Wayside Stories. Those are great. I think, although I have to say I probably have only read the first one, Sideways Stories from Wayside School, which was my favorite book forever because it's one of the first books I've ever read that had a character named Leslie. So I think those series, and so I mean Harry Potter, of course, but I think that's probably it. 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? I don't know. I mean, I think everybody is so different, and I think that I watch different booktubers for different, perspectives. I love Katie over at Chapter Stacks because she just reads whatever she wants. She doesn't care if it's cool or not. She's just really smart, and I love Max from Well Done Books, even though he kind of took a break making videos, so maybe he's back. I think, both of them are just really good. They just have a unique perspective, and they don't read a ton of YA, which is just kind of refreshing. 7, what challenges do you think you will need to overcome? The biggest challenge for me is going to be confidence. I'm like super awkward about being on camera. I feel like I'm a person who does well around real people, but for some reason just talking to a camera by myself is, I don't know, it just makes me really self-conscious. And I also have a tooth that I broke when I was little, and I hate the dentist, so I have not gone to get it like fixed where it looks nice, so it just looks weird on camera, but whatever. That's just my own insecurities, but if I'm being real, that's what it is. Number 8, when did you start reading? I think that goes along with one of the earlier questions, but I feel like I've been a reader for a really long time. I don't really remember not reading, I guess when I couldn't read, but my mom read to me, and I don't know, I just think books have always been a part of my life. I don't think there's a part where I've ever been like, oh, I hate reading. It's just not, that's not really me. 9, where do you read? I read pretty much everywhere. I especially like reading on my couch or in my bed. I love reading on a beach. Oh my gosh. If I'm on vacation, I will bring all the books and I will read all the books sitting by a pool or by the beach. Well, not when my kids are with me, but when my husband and I just go on vacations like once a year, definitely will bring all the books. So that's where I love to read, but I live in Michigan, so most of the time it's freezing. And 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I feel like I read pretty widely. I don't have like a specific genre that I love more than others. I will say that as much as like fantasy movies and television are some of my favorite, like Lord of the Rings, whatever, I don't read a ton of fantasy. I feel like I can't get into it, or maybe it's just because it's so visual. I don't know. Maybe you can recommend some of the best fantasy and maybe I will try it some more. And also with sci-fi, I'm not super big on it, but the ones that I have read, I'm pretty surprised how much I like them. So I should try more with that. I love memoir. I love nonfiction books, actually. So it's usually historical stuff. I love reading about historical figures. So yeah, I mean, I read a lot of anything. Pretty much whatever anybody recommends, I will at least pick it up and try it and see if it works for me. I'm a big fan of the library. I don't buy a ton of books, so, you know, that's me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I will make another video and that I don't get too scared or hate this one that I just made. But again, my name is Leslie, and I hope I get to continue this with BookTube. Bye.